These 10 deadly animals can kill in seconds. Do you think you are safe in the world, peaceful, far from real dangers? Get ready to discover that nature, with its exotic beauty, hides invisible killers, ready to end everything in the blink of an eye. Believe me, the biggest monsters are not always the most obvious. Some of the most dangerous animals in the world make no noise. They are lurking, disguised in bright colors, camouflaged in the shadows, or simply waiting for you to be distracted. It doesn't matter if you are on a paradise beach or in a remote jungle, these 10 deadly animals can kill in seconds, and many of them have already left their mark on the book of nature with stories you would never have imagined. Get ready, because what you will see next may change the way you see the wild world, and even what you consider safe. After all, nature dictates the rules. Are you ready for this truth? Saltwater crocodile, the unbeatable aquatic predator. Imagine a creature that looks like something out of a horror movie, but lives among us, and worse, lurks silently beneath the surface of the water. The saltwater crocodile is the true king of aquatic predators. At up to 23 feet long and with a bite force of 3,700 psi, it doesn't negotiate. Whether it's a distracted fish, a thirsty buffalo, or even an unsuspecting human, it strikes with surgical precision. It's the kind of creature that makes us rethink that impromptu dive into the river. More than strength, what makes it one of the most lethal creatures in the world is its patience. It can wait for hours, motionless, until the right moment to strike. It's these behaviors that put it at the top of the list of the most dangerous animals in the world. It's not just a local threat, it's a global symbol of what it means to be lethal. In Australia alone, there have been several reports of fatal attacks, including with tourists who thought they were just taking a radical selfie. Spoiler, they weren't. If you think that size and strength are already enough of a threat, know that this reptile's brain also works in its favor. It learns from its own mistakes, adapts hunting strategies, and expands its territory in search of prey. This makes it a true killing machine, one of the few animals that kills in seconds, without giving a chance to react. And just when we think it can't get any worse, another giant of nature appears, which on the outside is sweet, but on the inside holds uncontrollable destructive power. African elephant, the gentle giant that can be deadly. At first glance, the African elephant looks like one of those kindly grandfathers of the savannah, calm, tranquil, with a wise gaze and an imposing gait. But make no mistake, this colossus can become a real nightmare when provoked. We are talking about tons of concentrated fury, with sharp tusks and a trunk that, when used as a weapon, is practically a biological hammer. That is why it is on the list of lethal wild animals, and with good reason. A single attack can crush a jeep as if it were made of aluminum foil. There is no shortage of reports of fatal encounters with this aggressive African elephant, especially in areas of human-animal conflict. Farmers, tourists, and even poachers have experienced the silent wrath of this force of nature. The most curious thing: on many occasions, it attacks without any warning, without aggressive posture, without even a sound. And it is precisely this unpredictability that makes it one of the most feared deadly animals on the African continent. The lesson here is clear: absolute respect. Now, if you're thinking that all you have to do is keep your distance and you'll be fine, think again. Elephants have razor-sharp memories. They've been observed remembering people and places for years, especially if they've been threatened before. This makes them strategic and spiteful. In a world where the world's most dangerous animals aren't always the fastest or most venomous, this gentle giant shows us that true threat can come in slow but sure steps. And speaking of silent movements, wait until you meet a creature that prefers to operate at night, in the shadows. Brazilian wandering spider, the venomous nocturnal hunter. It doesn't wait, it doesn't hide, it doesn't settle for luck. The Brazilian wandering spider goes after its prey. And that alone makes it a special case among arachnids. While others limit themselves to spinning webs and waiting for dinner, this nocturnal warrior goes out in search of food with attitude. The problem? Its venom is neurotoxic, potent, and can cause paralysis and death in less than an hour. Yes, it's small, but it's among the animals that kill in seconds. The danger is aggravated by a detail that goes unnoticed: it usually hides in common places. Inside shoes, between towels, behind furniture. It's not an urban legend, it's reality, especially in Brazil. And there's no guaranteed antidote that works fast enough in all cases. That's why it's important to be extra careful in regions where this creature is common. Prevention, in this case, saves lives. That's what contact with venomous creatures like this one teaches us. But perhaps the most fascinating and frightening thing is its territorial intelligence. The armed spider doesn't attack for no reason. If it stands up on its hind legs and shows its stingers, it's a clear sign that something has gone very wrong. And if you think this is the pinnacle of lethality in a compact version, you haven't even seen the next creature on the list yet. It's colorful, cute, and seems harmless. But all it takes is one touch to turn the tables. Poison dart frog, lethal beauty at touch. At first glance, the poison dart frog looks like a living jewel. Its vibrant colors hypnotize, enchant, and arouse curiosity. But that's nature's trick, beauty often hides the deadly. Its skin carries batrachotoxin, a substance so potent that it can cause heart failure just by touching it. That's right, just touching it can be the end of it. That's why this little amphibian is among the elite of the most dangerous animals in the world. Indigenous peoples of Colombia knew this long before modern science. They used the poison of these frogs to poison dart tips when hunting. Hence the name. A single frog can contain enough toxin to kill dozens of people. And the worst part? It doesn't need to bite, it doesn't need to attack, it just exists. It's the kind of silent threat that redefines what we understand by deadly animals. Don't underestimate its size, the real danger lies in its body's chemical composition. This is one of those situations where looks can be completely deceiving. And that goes for life too, right? Not everything that shines is safe. The dart frog teaches us that danger can be colorful, small and seemingly harmless. And if this 2-inch creature is already capable of so much, imagine what happens when a ton of muscle and horns decides that you are an obstacle in its path. Kaffir buffalo, unpredictable brute force. If nature decided to create a war tank with wild instinct, the result would be the dangerous Kaffir buffalo. Weighing up to 1 ton, with curved horns and an explosive behavior, it is considered one of the most lethal wild animals in Africa. The scariest part? It doesn't give any signals.